I'm Abby Lafredo.
Hi, I'm Aubrey Palumbo.
Hi, I'm Matthew Valdez.
Hi, I'm Kennedy Castillo.
So Abby, how's your project going?
I don't understand. So I have this big presentation coming up about business culture, and honestly, I'm kind of lost. I know business culture is important, but I don't understand what it means or why it matters. I thought that if we talk it through with some examples, it would help me understand and make my presentation stronger. Can you guys help me with that?
Sure, I'll be glad to help. Business culture is just the way people in a company think, work, and interact. It shapes everything they do.
Yeah, and a strong business culture makes a big difference. It creates a positive environment where people feel valued and motivated, which leads to better teamwork, high productivity, and smart decision making. Go.
Yeah, I agree. It's about communication, trust, and teamwork. When culture is strong, employees are more loyal and engaged.
But what about the weaknesses of business culture?
Weaknesses usually come up when the culture is toxic or unhealthy. That can cause low morale, poor communication, lack of trust, and high employee turnover. When people don't feel supported, productivity decreases and conflicts increase.
Exactly. A weak culture develops when leadership sets a bad example, policies don't support employees, or negative experiences build up over time. It can really damage a company from the inside out.
Oh, I understand. Thank you guys. But also for my project, I didn't know what structure has to do with business culture and how it's organized. Can you guys help me with that too?
The structure is like an organization that decides who reports to who, how decisions are made, and how communication flows.
If the structure is easy to understand and helps people do their jobs well, then everyone knows what they're responsible for. They feel appreciated, and the overall culture of the company becomes more positive and stronger.
Yeah, 100%. It needs to be easy to understand, or else the people working within the business will go into chaos and that will lead the business to bankruptcy.
So it's like in a project where no one knows what they're supposed to do, and either everyone does the same thing or nothing gets done.
Yes, a perfect example of how business culture is structured and organized.
Oh, that's where organizational charts come in. They show us an outline of who reports to whom and how the company is laid out.
Go.
Whoa, wait a minute, there's more than one kind?
Oh yeah, I did some research about this. For one, there's the hierarchical chart, which is a classic pyramid. Think about banks or the military. Super formal, lots of layers in the hierarchy.
There's also the matrix structure, where you report to more than one manager. It's flexible, but can be complicated. Tech companies and consulting firms use it a lot.
Another one is team-based structures where groups are organized around projects instead of focusing on hierarchy. It's very cooperation focused.
And the network or decentralized structures are where companies emphasize partnerships and global collaboration. An example of this is big multinational companies.
So basically the chart is like a blueprint for the culture?
Exactly. The wrong chart for specific businesses will risk the wrong kind of culture.
Okay, the last part I need is for my presentation is stakeholders.
Hold on, what are stakeholders?
Stakeholders are people who have an interest in whether the company succeeds or not.
There are two different types of stakeholders. Internal stakeholders are employees, management, and the board of directors. Employees care about pay and working conditions. Management wants to hit goals and keep authority. The board's interests relate to strategy and protecting shareholder value.
Then you've got external stakeholders, which include customers, suppliers, and the community. Customers want good products, suppliers want goods for stability, and communities care about jobs and the environment.
So everyone is involved in business culture, whether it's directly or indirectly then?
Exactly. And business culture plus structure is what makes it possible to balance all those interests that stakeholders have.
So basically, culture is how things feel at work. Structure is how everything is set up. Charts show who does what, and stakeholders are the people the company needs to keep happy.